Welcome in, Florida Congressman Michael Waltz. The congressman is a member of the House Armed Services Committee, also a retired Green Beret commander. Thanks for your service and good to see you, Congressman. What are your thoughts on the hearing thus far and the likelihood of any sort of deal coming out of Congress?
Well, I want to be very clear that I thought the acts of the Minneapolis police officers who have now been charged with murder and with a accessory were heinous, and that video was despicable by everybody who watched it. But I do not think that reflects the vast majority of law enforcement officers, those who step up and get in between the bad guys and the rest of society. I do not think racism is systemic throughout every law enforcement officer or every law enforcement or sheriff's department or police department across the United States. I think we have some bad actors, and we need to focus on how to better root them out. As your reporter was saying, to potentially have a database so that they can't switch from one department to another without that new department knowing. I think qualified immunity actually already exists. If you operate outside the law, that does not apply to you. But for those who are operating inside and are defending us day in and day out, we can't have them questioning whether their entire family's net worth is going to be put on the line every day that they strap on that belt and that badge to go out and defend all of us, as they should.
And Congressman, as you mentioned, this becomes amid these calls for defunding, even dismantling police across the country. Seems like the whole country not exactly on board with what you're hearing from the far left. Take a look at a new poll from Yahoo News and YouGov. Only 16% of Americans favor cutting police funding. 88%, however, favor better training. We know where you stand on this. Is the left going to be led by AOC, Ilhan Omar, or will they follow the lead of Joe Biden, who does not want to defund the police?
Well, I think, unfortunately, we, the Republicans in the House, have not been invited into the conversations for what Speaker Pelosi just dropped. I do think that we could come to an agreement on a number of the items, but unfortunately, at least so far, it looks like they intend to pass those far left provisions, and they may pass out of the House, but they're not going to get through the Senate. They're not going to get signed by the president. I think that's a real missed opportunity to find common ground where we could move this conversation forward in a meaningful and substantive way, and not play politics with these really frankly, very sensitive, but, difficult conversations that we should all be having as a country.